Hello everybody, how are you? Welcome back to the Matt Greer Music channel. So recently on a different video, somebody asked me about this device. It was just sitting on the desk there and they were like, how do you like the Donner Mido? I'm not really sure how you're supposed to pronounce it. And my answer is kind of complicated, so I thought let's just make a quick video about why. So this is the device, this is the box that you get it in. I'll do a quick unboxing just so you can see what it comes with. There you go. You've got kind of a graphic in the top lid. It's got sort of a magnetic clip there. Open that up. Here is a very brief manual that's inside. Create the moment. Portable synthesizer Mido. I'm not going to go through the manual because there's really not that much to it. It's sort of a very basic quick start guide. Here's the device itself. Comes in this plastic stuff, and then you also get one of these delicious salt packets. No, I'm just kidding. Do not eat these. And then you also get a USB cable. It's a USB Type-C cable in the bottom that's used for either connecting to your computer, companion apps, or just charging it. So let's get the box out of the way there. Here's the device itself. A little bit on the build. It's pretty solid. I think it feels pretty good. I wasn't sure how much I would like these membrane kind of buttons, but they feel okay, actually. And there's this kind of haptic feedback that goes on when you press something, like it vibrates a little bit. They are velocity sensitive, and they're actually quite sensitive. I'm actually pretty happy with the way the device feels. Now, I will say that Donner sent me this. I did not purchase this item, and they wanted me to do an unboxing and a review, and I've kind of put it off because for a long time there really hasn't been that much to discuss. So I was kind of hoping there'd be some updates and things that, I don't know, made it a little more interesting. I'm still holding out hope for some of that. We'll get into that in a second. But anyway, I do actually like the device. You can also use it as a Bluetooth speaker. Gets pretty loud, but as sort of an interface for music, it's not bad. It's honestly not bad. All right. The main thing though is even though you can use it standalone, to really get into being able to edit your sounds, change your sounds, put different drum kits and all that kind of stuff, you really have to use the companion app. So first things first, I'm just going to go ahead and connect this thing to the app. Very, very easy to do that, as you see. And then we're going to go into Studio. And you've got 5 tracks in the studio. You've got drum, bass, chord, lead, and sample, which is not a lot, but if you consider the fact that the drum section has 14 different sounds, chord, you can actually make a really pretty full sounding composition with this thing. Let me hook up my sound here. All right, so I've got some output audio here so you can hear what the thing's doing, but here's the drum section. And there's, what is that, 7 plus 8, 15 sounds per each drum kit, which is not bad. You can actually go in and find different drum kits. So let's find techno. Not bad, actually. Let's see, another drum kit. Let's say drum and bass. I have to check drum and bass. Okay. Anyway, you get the idea. A lot of different drum kits. You can then go to bass. There's different basses that you can choose from. Let's try this one, Echo. Some of the presets are not bad. I'm going to check the chord section here. Another one. Oh yeah, in chord, like the bottom row plays chords, the upper section does an arpeggiator. Lead, same kind of deal. You can choose different sounds. Kind of cool. And then for sample, you can go, and there is a library here of samples that you can pick from. Let's try soul guitar. I haven't even messed with that yet, but let's just see what it does. Samples do take a minute to load, I've noticed. We're at least 5 seconds now. I guess because it's literally transferring from this to this device's memory over Bluetooth, which is not the fastest method of data transference. But wow, this is taking a minute. Okay, it did it. I don't know why the octave register is so low. Let's see. Let's try to make it go up. Okay. That's a guitar sample, apparently. Soul guitar, too. All right, so that's how you load sounds, and that's good and everything. But what I'm going to do now is go and find a track that we can listen to that's already been composed. I'm going to actually go find one of mine. Yeah, so this is something that I made on here actually like probably 4 or 5 months ago, and it's not that far down the list. But we'll hit remix. It's going to load this. Probably take a minute here because it's got to load drum kit, bass, chords, leads, and a sample. The sample that it's going to load is actually one that I used the microphone to do. And, well, we'll talk about it in a second. I'll show it to you. Put the SpongeBob 7 hours later meme here. There we go. All right. So I'll let you hear what I made. Basically, it's an 8-bar loop of that. I'm not sure why the drums are showing blank or the lead is showing blank, because there are... let's see. Let's try to load lead. Oh. All right. Now, that all works fine. Honestly, it's if for like loading some kits and some presets and just kind of messing around and composing some things, it's fine. Probably good for like random ideas on the go if you just want an interface to mess with. It's good for that. Where I really unfortunately find that it's lacking is in the editable parameters in the companion app. So like, let's go to the drums for instance. That's pretty much all that you get for the drums. So you've got your main volume and you've got a reverb send for the entire drum group. That's unfortunate. I would love to see at least reverb send for individual elements, because I don't necessarily want a bunch of reverb on kick drum, but I might want it on that sound. So that's unfortunate. I would also love to see individual volume controls for each element. If we're really getting crazy, let's add pans, envelopes for each sound, and one that would be really huge. And Donner, if you're watching this, please let us create our own drum kits from our own samples. That would be awesome. So that's kind of the deal with this thing, is that with presets and things, you're very limited on what you can do with them. And like There's a bass sound, and all I really have to play with is delay and reverb on that one. So I'll put up the delay. And it's not bad. It's not a bad delay. The reverb's pretty decent. Kind of like a plate reverb, but it's not bad. Chords, you've got a little more to mess with because it's got your note order, note rate, so I can change how the arpeggiator is, how the tempo, or excuse me, the notes of the arpeggiator. And then you got your lead, again basically the same limited parameters, and then you've got your sample, and this is the only area where you have an ADSR envelope to control, and I do kind of like this sample. It was fun to make because that's literally just me in front of the mic on this thing going shh with my mouth, and kind of made it into that wind effect. So yeah, decent little interface with a tight and snappy kind of player, but very, very limited editing parameters. And I think if they just went through and added, like I said, more envelopes, more tweakability to the sounds, LFOs, maybe being able to, I don't know, filters, things like that, I think you would be able to take this a lot farther, and it would frankly be a budget rival to something like the OPZ. So yeah, that's kind of why I've been putting this review off, is I've been hoping that they would add more functionality to this app. So far I haven't really seen it. That's unfortunate, but I'm hoping they will add it eventually. I will mention for the synths, there is an editor application that you can run on a computer, and you can get to all the deep parameters of the synth engine, and it's not bad. There are people making some pretty cool sounds with this thing, but I don't want to have to leave the app and take this and go hook it to the computer to be able to generate synth patches that I then would load through the app. That's an extremely clunky workflow, and it kind of misses the point of a small portable device that fits in your pocket. At that point, I might as well just sit in front of a DAW with the soft synth and make my music that way. So yeah, this is the Donner Mido. It's quite affordable. I don't know what the current retail is right now. I'll look it up and put it up here. Also, you can always find coupon codes for Donner stuff. But would I get one right now? I don't know. I think that I would love to see more functionality in this device before I did that. So anyway, that's my quick overview of the Donner Mido, because somebody had asked recently. Feel free to ask additional questions in the comments. Other than that, have a good day. Bye.